I'd buy that for $1.
What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you, and welcome back to another Dollar Tree Theater. What we're talking about is 2018's St. Agatha. Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, or Bousman, I never know how to pronounce that. Written by Andy Demetrio, Sean Fletcher, and Sarah Samedi Michaels. Starring Sabrina Kern as Mary / Agatha, Carolyn Hennessy as Mother Superior. Pray for your life. A pregnant unmarried woman on the run from her abusive father seeks refuge in a convent hidden in deafening isolation. A perfect place to have a child reveals a sick and twisted truth pushing Agatha to escape this evil and save her baby before she's caged behind these walls forever. A perverse, creepy, and slickily shot slice of modern-day nunsploitation. An engaging thrill ride full of shocking moments, says Bloody Disgusting. Both descriptions here, IMDb's and the cases, say Agatha, but there is no Agatha. Her name is Mary, and these psychotic nuns decide to rename her Agatha. So you have Mary, who is pregnant. She has a boyfriend named Jimmy, an abusive father. She lives with just her little brother and her abusive father, who likes to beat on her and abuse her. And she tells her boyfriend, it's better me than my little brother. And Jimmy comes over one day and sneaks in. She's not paying attention and watching her brother, and he gets back out of bed looking for his toy boat, which is on a shelf above the bathtub, and he goes climbing for it and falls down and hits his head and dies. And she gets blamed for it. And during the funeral, the viewing, she says, I'm leaving. With him here, there's no longer no reason for me to be here. And she's pregnant, and her and Jimmy have a place of their own. And then the father shows up at their place with a gun and steals all the money they have. And so while she's at like a place to get free dinner because they have no money for food or rent or anything, this nun comes up to her with a card and says, we have a place that helps women like you. I guess homeless pregnant women. So she goes there looking for help, which turns out to be entering herself into a world of hell. It's ran by a group of nuns that aren't really working for the church. They're doing their own thing, and they're evil, and they collect pregnant women and sell off their babies. And they have these people that come by called donors, which are really just people that are coming to handpick out the mothers of their child that they would like to take away from them. And Mother Superior, played by Carolyn Hennessy, is one evil biatch, and she tortures the hell out of these girls. And all the time while Mary's trying to escape, they just keep catching her. One time she gets out and runs, and this place is far out in the woods. She runs and lands into a bear trap with her arm. And these people called donors, she didn't know who they were, picked her up in the car and then brought her back. And Mother Superior's like, we need to clean your wounds, and sticks her bad arm into a tub of salt and makes it all boil up all nasty. And then there's another scene where she tries to escape again, and they lock her into this coffin with 4 locks onto it, and every so often, like every hour or something, they'll open it and say, who are you? And they want her to stop saying her name is Mary and say her name is Agatha, because they say she's not worthy of the name Mary. And they come back every so often, who are you? And they try to force feed her food. and she won't eat it. Then there's this disgusting part where this old ass nun says you will eat just like a baby bird, and chews up food and spits it on her. And this the second of two gross out scenes if you have like a weak stomach. There's another scene with a different girl that they're abusing that gets sick and like throws up her tomato soup or something. And then the mother superior says you can be excused back to your room after you finish your dinner. And she says, but I did. And she says, well, why am I still staring at it on the table? And makes her eat her thrown up food that's on the table. But yeah, they torture Mary in that coffin until she decides to agree and say her name is Agatha. So that's why it's called Saint Agatha. And there's this one scene where they put her on this table next to a girl that's giving birth and clamp her feet in these table vices like you would have on a work table and squeeze the shit out of her ankle, pretty much hobbling her like Annie Wilkes in Misery, which was crazy. And so she's stuck there and she's pregnant. She's trying to figure out how to get the hell out of there and escape with her child. And that's all I'll say about it. This was a pretty good movie. I liked it. And I'd say if you see it for $1, check it out. That's what I watched. Peace.